Welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Assembly Member Angelo Santa Barbara, representing the 111th Assembly District, covering Montgomery County, parts of Schenectady County, and parts of Albany County. Welcome to the show. Today we are going to talk about the Albany Community Action Partnership, and we have with us Kathleen Cloutier.
That's right.
And she's joining us to tell us a little bit about the organization and how you got involved. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here.
If we could start off with a little bit of your background and how you got involved with the organization.
Yeah, I actually have a great passion for community action. Community action has been around since the 1960s. President Johnson's War on Poverty is what created that. And one of the big programs that community action agencies operate are the Head Start program. So 30 years ago, I was a parent of a Head Start child, and it was my first introduction to community action. And it was how I recognized that the mission of community action, which is to help poor people achieve some economic success, that particular agency really got me on the road to economic self-sufficiency. So I recognized that it worked. So I've always had a passion for it. I ended up working in community action in Massachusetts for about 15 years. And then about 7 years ago came to Albany to take the executive director position here. So that's how I came to be here.
Great. And I've had a chance to go on your website, and there's a lot of good programs. And I know you have a great mission statement. Mm-hmm. Maybe we could just elaborate a little bit about that. You kind of touched on it a little bit, mm-hmm. and mm-hmm. how the community is served by the organization.
Yeah, in several ways actually. We help the community. We not only operate programs and services which help empower people. Again, I think we have early education programs that help children achieve school success, improve their emotional, social, and cognitive development. We have employment programs. We provide employment training, and then we help with placement, job placement, that allow people to get well-paying jobs or better-paying jobs, right. And that helps the community as well in terms of reducing, welfare assistance payments, but increasing tax revenues and consumer spending and that kind of thing. We're really helping people get into the economy. We also have some property improvement programs, weatherization, and some housing rehab programs that help improve the housing stock in the community, including energy efficiency and that kind of thing. In addition, we also work with the community to pool resources. So in addition to providing services, we're supposed to be, as part of our mission, to be a part of the community, to work together and collaborate, leverage, and really address the issues locally in Albany County. So the poverty issues in Albany County may be very different than those in New York City or in Los Angeles or Chicago, and so that's what we do.
The job placement mm-hmm. part of the services, mm-hmm. There's partnerships with companies and firms mm-hmm. That work with the organization to sort of gear people towards jobs that they are looking for?
Absolutely. We have a unique program that we're very proud of. It's modeled after career pathways, where we've identified growing industries in the region, so we're sure that there's jobs available and then we provide training for folks to get entry-level positions in those jobs. But not only do they have to be growing industries, but those particular industries have to have a career ladder so that we can assist our customers in not only getting a job, but being able to help them through promotional opportunities or climbing the ladder. So that we do partner with employers. We have a wonderful program. It's a federal demonstration, actually. So, and we're partnering with our sister organization, Schenectady Community Action Program, as well as Schenectady County Community College, to provide health care training and job placement, and that has been phenomenally successful. I think just alone in the last 4 years, ACAP has placed 400 people in jobs in through our career pathways and healthcare opportunities, and that was since 2008. So in the middle of the recession, we were still able to help people find jobs.
Oh, that's great.
When jobs were shrinking. Yeah.
And the affiliation with the community college, are those through certificate programs?
Yes, yes. They provide, specifically in the healthcare program, it's non-credit certificate programs. It's a certified nurse's assistant,
Okay,
or home health aide, or a dental lab technician. There's various different pathways that they've identified that they provide the training for.
So if someone was interested and they did want to participate in a certificate program, how long would it take before they can actually be placed? Generally, is it a year or 2 years? Or?
It's actually less than that. What we've identified, because most of the folks coming to us really need a job, and we're trying to direct them into a career rather than just taking any job.
Right.
So the training is relatively short period of time. 6 to 10 weeks. Full-time training, and then job placement happens usually within 30 days after they complete their certificate training. And then we work with folks to stay in the job so that they have better opportunities for promotion or for transfers, whatever they're interested in.
So the organization is still a resource even after they're placed?
Absolutely, absolutely. We will work with someone at least for a year, up to 5 years later, and they can always come back if they find themselves unemployed at any given time.
That's wonderful. That's a very valuable resource. You touched on, I know we talked about job placement. You touched on weatherization, and I know there was a recent press conference on this that I was able to be a part of. I also think that's a very important part of the organization, and it helps save money. Maybe we can elaborate a little bit on what that program does.
Sure, sure. Our weatherization program provides energy efficiency measures in low-income households. So for homeowners or renters, it doesn't matter. But what we do is we'll go in and do an energy audit to identify areas that can be improved, and then we actually put the measures in. So if it's some air sealing or additional insulation or whatever is needed, a new heating system maybe, we'll put that, we'll install those measures into the home free of charge. So again, it's targeted to folks who are income eligible, which is about, for a family of 4, it's about $42,000 a year. But we'll put up to about $6,500 worth of measures, which will help a family see significant savings. We're averaging $300 to $500 a year in energy savings, which again puts money in the pockets of those that need it most.
And and again, I was on your website, a lot of good information out there. Why don't we give that out so if people want to learn more about these programs, they could go on the website or also give a call if it's a phone number? Yeah,
absolutely. The website is albanycap.org, and the phone number is 518-463-3175.
Great, and anybody that's interested in any of these things we're talking about should go on there. Let's back up just one. Back up to some of the stuff we talked about earlier. I know the organization's been around for a while. Maybe we could talk a little bit about the history. How long has it been serving our communities?
We've been around since 1966, so we're just at about, I can't do the math. But,
yeah. But it's been a while.
Yeah. It's coming on 50 years pretty shortly. And in Albany, we used to be known as Albany County Opportunity, so those folks that have been around for a while would know us as Albany County Opportunity or ACOI. We changed our name about 5-6 years ago just to be, just so folks could identify us as part of a larger network. We've had a Head Start program, which is a preschool program for children from low-income families. Again, since 1966, that was one of our first programs. And basically our mission is to assist those who need it the most, to help them again, improve the quality of life, basically. Yeah. I think back in the 60s, we thought we were going to fight poverty and we were going to ameliorate poverty. We recognize since that's, you almost have to have poverty to keep economy going. It's my personal view, but we're not going to get rid of it, but what we can do is one family at a time assist folks to improve their lives. And that's what we do. And we approach it not so much in terms of offering a helping hand, but really meeting people where they are and recognizing that our customers are the most effective at using limited resources, if you want to say. So they know how to navigate networks and to use networks. And so what we do is we try to assist them in expanding those networks and assist them in helping themselves. It's really about empowerment and recognizing that in order to really make a lifelong change, change process takes time. And so it's so we help our customers set their own goals and find ways to help them achieve those goals, but we're not doing it. We're partnering with them to do that. It's the customer doing the real work.
And there's, I know you covered the Albany area.
Mm-hmm.
How many families or how many individuals per year would you say actually is involved with the organization?
Yeah, we keep track of how many families we're seeing. We see about just under 3,400 families a year, and that works out to, in terms of numbers of individuals, we're about 7,700 unduplicated numbers of people that we're working with, including children, individuals, and whole families at a time.
And is there an opportunity for people to volunteer or help out, or is there certain times of the year where you have more? I know the weatherization program during the winter time seems to be something that people are really interested in, and then it sort of fluctuates. Is it the same, what you find with other services?
Our employment services are year-round, and so we're always looking for help. We have a Dress for Success boutique in which we help suit both men and women in preparation for their interview. And so we're always looking for people to volunteer to help suit someone or to help them practice for, prepare for their interview. In our early childhood programs, the busiest time of year is during the school year. We're a little slower in the summer. But we do provide year-round. But most of our programs operate during the school year, and so that's a little busier. We are looking for people to help out in the classroom if folks enjoy reading to kids or just helping work closely with young children. We're always looking for volunteers there. And as I said, in our employment programs, which operate year-round, we're really looking for professionals that can speak to our customers and students who are participating in the training program to talk about their careers, talk about, give them tips in terms of how to succeed once they're placed. And so we offer a wide variety of workshops, and we're always looking for people to help us teach our students, if you will, in terms of how to navigate the work world, because we all know that there's, those hidden rules that nobody speaks about, but we really do need to know.
And if an individual or family wanted to access the program, access services, what's the process? Would they just give a call, or would they come down to your office?
We would suggest that they call first. For our employment programs, we offer an orientation every Monday morning at 10. Our main office is at 333 Sheridan Ave in the city of Albany, and we do offer orientations on Tuesday mornings at our Cohoes office, which is on White Street in Cohoes. So folks can just walk in off the street, attend orientation, and find out what kinds of careers that they might be interested in pursuing. Otherwise, I would suggest folks call and set up an appointment to come in to talk about what kinds of services, what their needs are, frankly, and we can direct them to the right person to speak with and get them going.
Great. So it sounds like an easy process. If someone wanted to just come in and learn a little more, they're welcome to just sit in on one of those meetings?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great, great. Well, we've been talking about Albany Community Action Partnership. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about the program. Thank you.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan,
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
downtown,
Night owl,
Early bird.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to Assembly Update. I am Assembly Member Angelo Santa Barbara, 1170 Riverfront Center, Amsterdam, New York. 12010 is the address in my district office, and you can reach me at 518-843-0227 or by email at santabarbara@assembly.state.ny.us. Welcome back to the show. Kathleen, thank you for being with us. We've been talking about Albany Community Action Partnership and all the great programs and services that the organization provides to our community. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
We covered a few programs, weatherization and some job placement. And we want to talk about a few others. And we talked about a program called Money Follows People, which seems very interesting. If we could share with the audience the details of that.
Sure. This is a brand new, it's a demonstration program actually. It's being offered in Albany County as well as Schoharie County only. The Department of Health is looking to expand the number of accessible apartment units, and so they've contracted with us to renovate apartments for landlords who will then be able be connected through the Department of Health website to people looking for apartments that are accessible. So we're very excited about this. We've had experience doing accessibility rehab through another grant that we had for homeowners, and so to combine rental units as well as homes, I think will be a benefit to folks with disabilities who really need homes that are more accessible.
And are you finding that the need for these for housing of this type is growing?
Absolutely, especially with the trends in healthcare systems and people wanting to stay at home rather than going into various extended living centers or institutions. And so this is the primary purpose of these types of programs is to prevent people from having to go into an institution or to assist people in moving out more quickly. So yes, the trends that we're seeing in healthcare is saying that folks want to stay at home, and we're trying to help them do that.
And I was reading in the website, on your website, about achieving independence, and this is really part of that, is getting people as independent as possible and getting them on that track to do that.
And keeping them independent, absolutely.
And in conjunction with the job placement, I think that's just another piece of that. Another program we talked about, I know, Food Pantry.
We have a food pantry in Cohoes. Again, it's on White Street in Cohoes, and we serve the Cohoes, Watervliet, parts of Latham area. It's an emergency food pantry. So if someone finds themselves, coming to the end of the month and there's no groceries left, they can show up at our food pantry and we'll help them out. Again, it's emergency situations, basically, unexpected.
And that's accessible through Albany Community Action Partnership? Or
Absolutely.
Or is it another contact that they should go to, or directly to your organization?
Yeah, they can give us a call for the hours of operation, and so that they don't waste their time going out there, yeah.
Okay, and I know income tax season has gone past, but also I know that those services are also available if someone needed help with their income taxes. Is that something they can contact the organization with?
Absolutely. We operate the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, or the VITA program.
Yep.
And so we provide free income tax assistance for folks who need their income taxes done. And we've been very successful at helping people take advantage of all of the earned income tax credits that are available. So in addition to doing their taxes for them, we do provide some financial advice, if you will, in terms of how they may want to use their tax refunds and assist them in trying to budget for their funds. Yeah.
Are you finding that people are taking advantage of the income tax program? I know it's. I've heard about it before, and I've know there's been information out there. Are people coming in? Are you finding people are actually taking advantage of it?
They are. They are. Just at our office alone on Sheridan Ave, we see about 150 people a year that come in to have their taxes done. We advocate coming to a VITA site because it's free and you're not having to pay as you may for some other privately owned income tax companies.
Yep.
I think part of the competition that we have is that some of these companies offer these loans, refund loans, and so people can get their money faster.
Those.
Yeah. So we discourage people from doing that. Basically, we do online filing, and so people can generally see their return within 2 to 3 weeks. And so we encourage them not to incur the interest that the loans incur. So.
Well, great. It sounds like a great service to have available to members of the community. And we mentioned this a little bit earlier in the show. We talked about child care services, and I think this is very interesting because that's always an issue especially with people going on interviews or trying to finish school. What do the child care services consist of?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a Head Start program, which is a preschool program for 3 to 5-year-olds that's free. And it's full day during the school year. So we offer 6 to 7 hours, and we try to match the district calendar. So we provide Head Start throughout the county. So depending on the school district that the program is in, we'll follow their calendar, just to make it easier for parents in terms of that. So that's something I encourage parents to take advantage of because there's no cost. We also offer full day, full year child care. And we do take child care subsidies for those who can't afford to pay the full cost of child care. Subsidies are available through Department of Social Services or through the Workforce Investment organization out in Rensselaer. And so again, that's full day, full year. We've just received a grant from the Office of Children and Family Services that allow us to expand our Head Start program to serve birth to 3. So we can provide 100 additional slots or spaces for children from prenatal through 3, so they can transition right into our Head Start program. Again, with the grant, we're able to provide additional services in addition to child care. There's health nutrition services, there's parenting education, there's a full range of family support services, recognizing that for a child to succeed in school, their family life needs to be stable, and so we do everything we can to offer a comprehensive program, not just caring for the child or educating the child. So we're very excited about that expansion as well.
That sounds like an absolutely great program. And if people wanted to learn more, again, the website has plenty of information. Why don't we give that out, and you have a contact number that we can give out again as well?
Absolutely. The website is albanycap.org, and the number is 518-463-3175.
And again, if someone wanted to just learn a little more, they could come into your office and find out some more about these programs if they qualify. Is there a procedure to find out if they qualify?
Absolutely. They can come in and speak with a service coordinator who will ask some questions just to identify maybe income eligibility or other types of qualifiers, and so we can pretty easily let someone know whether they're initially eligible, in which case we would probably ask to have them come in with some documentation to support that. But I did want to mention too, we have a very new program that we haven't really gotten off the ground yet. So,
okay.
but we're very interested in having people become enrolled. It's an Assets for Independence grant. This is also a federal grant that we received, and we had to match it with dollar for dollar with non-federal funds. So what this is a match savings program for education. What we recognized in our employment programs is we pay for the training for entry-level positions, but often people want to go on with their education. And if they're working full-time, they generally aren't eligible for financial aid because they have to take a minimum number of courses, or if it's a non-credit course, they're not eligible for financial aid as well. So what we do is we're matching $7 for every dollar that a person can save towards their education. So for instance, if someone can save $500, we'll give them $3,500, which will put together a package of $4,000, which could pay for a community college education over the course of time. And so we're very excited about rolling this out, and it'll be available in the next couple of months for people who are interested in maybe continuing their education, but aren't eligible for financial aid.
That sounds great, and it certainly opens up another great opportunity for people to take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
If members of the community wanted to learn more about which programs they could, specifically with the community college, if they wanted to get placed into a specific field, they'd be able to find out, like they want to get in the nursing industry or any other industry, they could find out if those certificate programs are available through your organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what we're doing right now is building those relationships with the colleges so that the colleges can refer people right to us in terms of their financial aid offices and that kind of thing. So that basically our goal is to make it seamless for the students so that they're not having to bounce back and forth.
And you know, there's always certain career paths there where there's a huge need, and you know, for instance, the nursing industry, if there's jobs that are available, people might want to choose to pursue that. Are there people that sort of advise on this stuff when people are looking for career paths?
Absolutely. We actually, our Career Pathways program and Healthcare Opportunities program, we offer, as I had mentioned, Monday morning orientations that can explain the details of that and where they can find the training, as well as I said, we partner with Schenectady County Community College. We also work with Hudson Valley as well in terms of some of their courses, and any of these courses would be eligible for the match savings program as well. So there are some programs that ACAP would pay for directly. The student wouldn't have to save, but if they want to go on, for instance, we'll pay for a certified nurse's assistant credential, but if a student wants to go on to become an RN or an LPN, they would have to find some funds on their own. So this match savings program would be a way for them to do that. Once they get the job as a certified nurse's assistant, if they could put some money aside. And we also tie that to the income tax assistance preparation, in that earned income tax credits are eligible to be matched.
And it just sounds like a great opportunity if someone wanted to get placed and get on a career path. It sounds like a great place you might want to stop by and visit. Your career services orientation are every Monday?
Every Monday at 10 at our office at 333 Sheridan Ave in Albany, and every Tuesday at 10 at 30 White Street in Cohoes.
Well, great. It sounds like a great place just to learn more about the programs and learn more about a possible career. If you hadn't had a chance to visit the website, I want to thank you for being here, for sharing all this good information with our community. The contact, if you need to learn more, go on the website or give a call to the office to learn more about Albany Community Action Partnership. Thank you for joining us here on Assembly Update, and join us again when we'll talk more about things happening in your community. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll have you back on the show to give us an update at some point. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.